Story out of New Zealand where 49 people are dead after shootings at 2 different mosques in the city of Christchurch. More than 40 others were also hurt in what the Prime Minister there is calling a well-planned terrorist attack. It's also being called one of New Zealand's darkest days. Police took 4 people into custody, including a 28-year-old Australian man. He claimed responsibility for the attack and described his anti-immigrant motives in a manifesto.
These are people who I would describe as having extremist views that have absolutely no place in New Zealand and in fact have no place in the world.
Police in New Zealand say they're not assuming the attack was contained to the city. The commissioner says officers defused several bombs found on cars after the shootings. He adds that investigators are trying to remove very disturbing video of the shooting from social media.
Breaking overnight.